Okay, we've arrived at impact. So let's talk about what impact is and then what some of the thoughts, feels, and motions that we're gonna be using to apply the club most efficiently to the back of the ball when we do arrive at impact. Now, first and foremost, impact is just a brief moment in time. With the entire downswing being roughly a third of a second, what we do right here is very quick. So it's actually motion through the golf ball, not at impact. And we get caught up in looking at just what a player looks like at a high level when they strike it, where we've got that pressure forward, the body's open, and we've got a little bit of lean of the shaft forward or the grip end preceding the club head. Now also down the line, we'll see some rotation open again, and we'll see some side bend. So all of that is a snapshot that we look at, but it's actual motion. So it's all a combination of the things we've been doing out of transition down to the golf ball. The recreating of forward bend, the movement or shifting of pressure into that lead foot, and the control of the wrist angles into the golf ball. Now, some of the thoughts that we can have where Corey took you, getting you into delivery position here with a slightly arched wrist, if we can get that lead wrist slightly arched or bowed or flexed, and we can get 70 to 80% of our pressure into our lead foot, and we do have some forward bend at that point, trending towards the body opening, I'm in a position to fully release this club, let it flick and go past the handle of the club. We want to create that speed. Delivering that tour looking impact position, however, still fully releasing the club with enough velocity to create club head speed. All right, so how do we do this? Well, if everything you've been working on is starting to come together and this club's working down on plane, if you're starting to control those wrists properly, if you're putting that pressure into the lead foot, and we're seeing ourselves create that posture, and you will have to do some video or have this looked at because you need the feedback, then you're gonna arrive at that position at impact. Best way for this one, without doubt, is to start small and build it up. So starting with my first exercise, just getting a player into impact position so they're familiar. Essentially, that they have a destination. So I'm gonna give you one destination, which is this impact feel. We will start from here, and then we will hit a soft one, okay? Just to start getting a feel for that. Now, when you first try to do this, it's very likely that you'll have some mishits, maybe even hit some shots fat. So what we have to do is understand at impact, that motion I was talking about, what actually happens to deliver the club properly with that tour looking impact, but not stick the club in the ground. And that is going to be rotation of the pelvis, straightening of the lead leg, and rotation of the torso. So this whole lead side will be lengthening and rotating. So it's rotating. The left shoulder is working up and away from the golf ball, and my chest and my pelvis is opening up towards the target. Now my suggestion is that on this one, along with doing some of those little drills I just demonstrated, that I hit some soft shots where I emphasize rotating the body towards the target and feeling the chest open up while pulling up on the handle away from the golf ball with this flex lead wrist. And it would look something like this. We're doing start very slowly. Okay. And yes, that is an actual force that we want to be applying to this club. We're actually pulling up instead of throwing the club fast through here. We're pulling up on the handle. This club is already, from what we've done in the downswings, beginning to release. Now, if we feel as though we're pulling up, what we would see in full speed is something more like this in the follow through. So those are slow motion swings, rotating the body open, feeling like we pull up on the handle away from the ground. So I've got the arch lead wrist, rotate and pull up on the handle. Okay? And now we gradually add speed to this. This is the one area of the swing that definitely needs slow motion swings if you have a less than ideal impact position. Now, once we start to see, either on video preferably, on the driving range, lower, more penetrating ball flight would be a cue. But once we start to see those things happening, we can start to add some speed, okay? I want you to continue to rehearse the timing of the club getting to the ball and the body opening up some amount towards the target. And then we add speed. So a circuit, I like half swing to half follow through. Feeling that? I like half swing to full follow through. Now keep in mind on that one, the speed doesn't really warrant the full follow through, so it's somewhat phony, if you will. I just want to accentuate the rotation of the body and the opening of the body towards the target. And then after I've tested all that, some rehearsals and a full swing. So most of you are going to feel a lot of this in the lead side. I'm pushing into the ground, as Corey helped you with in delivery, putting pressure on that. I'm now using the ground to push off of it, straighten the lead leg, lengthen the whole left side, open up the body. Do it at a pace in which you can perform the task. Use some video to get feedback. Take your time, be patient, and slowly add speed to it. Once you achieve this tour-looking impact position, you're going to see a much more authoritative shot, better face control, and you're going to be hitting more greens in regulation.